Hi, this is Magnus with another chess video. I hope today that my understanding of chess has moved on just a notch. Let me illustrate by showing you this game I played. I was playing as the white pieces and I began with my normal queen's pawn lead, and my opponent played pawn to e5. Now I honestly thought this was a mistake. I thought that he thought he was, somehow in the Scandinavian opening and had accidentally offered me the wrong pawn, so I took it. He then brought out his bishop and I thought, okay, he's accepted that he's made a mistake and he's now just beginning to develop his pieces. I brought out my bishop. He then brought out a pawn to support his bishop, and I thought, does this guy know what he's doing? I mean, I'm not playing against a grandmaster here. I'm playing against somebody, who's about my level, and we are inclined to make mistakes. I couldn't see anything wrong with taking that pawn, so I took it. He then brought out a knight. And really, this was just a waiting move. What was he waiting for? He was waiting for me to take the third pawn, and then came the masterstroke, bishop sacrifice on f2, and that is the end of the game. I'm in check. There's nothing I can do other than take the bishop, and if I do take the bishop, I've lost my queen, and that's the end of the game. So I mean, you can use this gambit if you'd like to, but I've included it here because I do feel that maybe my understanding of the game has moved on a little. As one grandmaster said at some time or other, don't accept gambit pawns unless you know the theory. And of course, I didn't know anything about this particular gambit. It's a very simple gambit, isn't it, when you look at it? But the difficulty for beginners, and I class myself as a beginner, is how to recognize the difference between a gambit and a mistake. And I think the answer is that you can't recognize the difference. They both look, they look the same. So you have to assume that your opponent is playing well. Don't assume that your opponent has made a mistake, especially if you're being offered pawns in the opening. It's most likely to be a gambit, and if you don't know the theory, you're likely to end up in this situation. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.